Hi guys, so we're going to do some x and y intercepts, but we're going to apply them to word problems now. So we're going to look at the first one, and it says the length of a rectangle is twice its width. So first we have to figure out, so here's our rectangle, our length and our width. So I know my length is really twice my width. Write and solve a system of linear equations to find the length and width of the rectangle. So really we only need to find just one for this. So we need to find, we know the perimeter, and to find perimeter we do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and we know that would equal 36. So we know our width is just W. We know our length though, instead of putting L, we're going to put 2W because we're going to have the same variable. And now we want to simplify and solve. So I'm going to have 4W plus 2W equals 36. 6W equals 36. So W would equal 6. So I know my width would equal 6. Now I have to find my length. My length is twice the width, so 2 times 6 is 12. So we know we have feet, and we can check our work to make sense. Remember, we have 2 times our length, which is 12, plus 2 times our width, which is 6. And does that equal 36? So we have 24 plus 12, and 24 plus 12 does equal 36. So I know I did that problem right. All right, on the next problem, we're going to have to use the graph to help us. So it says a recreation department bought bottled water to sell at a fair. The graph below shows the number of y hours remaining after each hour x. Whew. So we're going to just look at our graph and find our x and y intercept. No need. So I know my x-intercept is going to be 8, 0, and I know my y-intercept is 280. So basically, when any problem asks you in terms of, it means in context of, not just a number, because this isn't really going to help me. If someone just says, hey, something about the water bottle situation, I just say 80, they're going to want to know. So we're going to interpret this in terms of graph. So to do this, we really need the labels. So our x-intercept says the time in hours. So 8, 0. So 0 would be where you started, 8 would be when you finished. So I know my x-intercept is the time I ran out. Okay, and that would be in 8 hours. Okay. Also, so my y-intercept is 0 hours and 280. So if I'm at hour 0, that's where is the time, where is the amount I started with. And that kind of makes sense. When you start an event, you have way more stuff than when you end. Hopefully, if your event's good or whatever you're giving away, should make you have 0 at the end. So the fair started at 10 a.m. When did the recreation run out of bottled water? So we know we ran out at 8 hours. So we know 8 hours after 10 a.m. is 6 p.m. So that's when we ran out of bottled water. This kind of makes sense. Hopefully it does. All right, let's try another problem over on your purple sheet now. So it says the difference of two numbers is 8. The first number, x, is 1 less than twice the number y. So we really need to develop a sentence for this. So we know we have x minus y equals 8. But we have to set up x. So we know x is 1 less than twice the number of the second number. So second number y, twice the second number, and then 1 less. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to substitute it into my problem to solve. So we have 2y minus 1 minus y equals 8. Combine like terms, we would have y minus 1 equals 8. So y would equal 9. So I know my second number is 9, but I have to find my first. To find my first, I'm going to just plug in. So 2 times 9 minus 1. 18 minus 1 is 17. So 17 is my first number. And we can double check. 17 minus 9 equals 8. And that's the difference I'm supposed to have. All right, now on to another problem. You need $160 to buy a mountain bike. You earn $40 per week for babysitting and $20 per lawn mowed. Write an equation that represents your weekly income Y for the amount of lawns mowed. So my income is Y, and I get $20 per lawn mowed. The second you see per, you're going to think multiplication. So I'm going to just put X there because it says my X number of lawns. So how many lawns do you need to mow to earn enough money in 1 week to buy the mountain bike? So I need $160. I'm going to plug that in for 20, divide by 20. And X would equal 8 lawns. Okay. All right. For the first one, I kind of made a mistake. Can you guys change the word hours to weeks? Okay, so here we go. How many weeks of babysitting would you need to do to earn enough money if you were not going to mow any lawns? So I'm putting the kibosh to lawn mowing, and I'm only going to babysit. So we have to go back to our problem. I'm going to earn $40 per week for babysitting. So again, I'm going to set up an equation. My income would be Y, and I'm going to do 40 times X because X is going to be the number of hours or weeks I'm babysitting. And you could choose a different variable if you wanted to as well. So I'm going to substitute. I need that $160. So I'm going to divide. And then X would equal 4 weeks of babysitting. Okay. And then we could graph this as well to kind of help us find our X and Y intercepts too. All right, so your next step, what you're going to do is you're going to work on your homework sheet. You zoom out a little bit. Okay, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3. You're going to pick 3 problems on this sheet. Pick one. There's graph paper that is next to your bin. I want you guys to graph. Just pick one of these and you're going to graph. But really, if you notice, there's 2 sides. Yay! So really, you're going to graph 2. So on that graph paper in the back, graph it. Then you're going to do both 14 and 15. Notice on 14, it says to graph the equation. You guys can probably, if you make your scale small enough, you can probably use the same piece of graph paper. But you're not going to do 16 on either side. Okay? I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.